When I was broke, I couldn't sleep. Please understand me. When I was broke, I couldn't sleep. I don't think motivation is a real thing. I don't believe in motivation as a concept. I think discipline is real, and I also think discontentment is real. And I don't think it's possible for anybody to stay in a scenario where they're truly uncomfortable. If you fall asleep on your arm and your arm really starts to hurt, even in the deepest sleep, you're gonna wake up and move your arm. If you sit there and your life has been in a rut for 7 years, you are semi-comfortable in that rut. Sure, there's days you're pissed off. Sure, you're semi-annoyed by it, but there's also days where you just play video games, eat pizza, and you're kind of cool with it and it's no big deal. If you were truly unhappy and uncomfortable and discontent with your scenario, you wouldn't be in it. The whole idea of happiness, I think, has been misconstrued to the populace, especially to men, and this is why so many people label themselves as unhappy, because they're trying to find that giddish, childish happiness they had when they were a child for basically no reason. And I don't think it works that way. I think as a man, the only way you're gonna be happy is if you do shit you don't want to do.
Yeah.
You have to make yourself happy by looking at a mountain and going, fuck's sake. And then getting to the top and going, thank God that's done.
Yeah.
There's no other way to do it. You're not just gonna be happy by default. You have to go through pain, and if you're not prepared to go through pain, you're not gonna be happy. You need a purpose, and a purpose is not always going to be, sunshine and rainbows. And there has to be a degree of difficulty to it, and there has to be a degree of pain involved, and there has to be a degree of risk, because risk and reward are linked.
Life, the purpose of it is to learn, and it is to struggle, and it is to suffer. And I don't think that we are put on the planet to be happy. I actually genuinely believe we are put on the planet to learn things and to struggle and to genuinely suffer. I think that life is suffering. And I'm not saying this in a negative way. I think that if you want to be any kind of man of caliber, your life needs to be full of suffering. If you don't have that story of pain, you don't have a story at all. It's just the way the world works. You're not going to be a credible man who is respected if you don't have a bunch of pain and problems in your past. If you wake up and you're born as a man and everything goes exactly to the way you want it to, and everything's nice and easy, nobody's going to respect you, and you're not even going to be happy yourself. I believe that also the masculine imperative not only is to give, like we said earlier, but it is to overcome struggle. We look at struggles and we look at problems and we want to overcome them.